that there is somebody racing through their parking lot, as we saw just a short while ago when he raced through that retail area, and you saw people running back into Home Depot because he nearly hit them.
And Steinmar as well. Now, we are the only station in the Valley with coverage from 2 helicopters. We've got Chopper 3 and also the Fort McDowell Casino News Chopper watching this driver, this black BMW, again, driving erratically at times and now driving through this apartment complex. Interesting choice that he would pull in here. And again, makes you wonder if he knows this particular complex or not. But we're thankful that nobody is out in the parking lot, maybe with a stroller or just people gathering like people do.
And so far, not any injuries that we can report, although we did see him clip at least 2 cars, not to mention many people who are just terrified with this guy racing past them and not knowing what's going on. But he's going through, circling this apartment complex, and you got to help but wonder if, like Bruce mentioned, he's not waiting for an opportunity to ditch that car and take off running.
Just watching along here, up near Happy Valley Road. We do know that he was there on El Mirage, which is up in this general area. I've been tweeting with many of you, direct messaging, and really appreciate the information that you've been bringing us, and we appreciate you following us. We're all in this together. If you are watching with children at home, we want to let you know we are on a 10-second delay here. Anticipation certainly goes up when we start to see moments like this.
Yeah, he's basically circling this entire complex and driving in circles, and you can't help but wonder where the closest undercover officer is, so that they could maybe try to box him in at this point. When we were talking about
Pero en los apartamentos ni un alma de Dios se ve.
And I'm sure you recall this very clearly, but there was actually a DPS officer who was killed in trying to put out those stop sticks, and that was, what, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, I remember that. That was up on the Loop 101, and I remember that so clearly because he was a father of young children, that police officer. You know, it's interesting that we're not seeing any activity, you know, no police officers, because this, you know, if you're going to box somebody in, this is certainly a closed-in area, but once again, no doubt officers considering whether or not there might be somebody inside or, you know, people who might be walking around. What you don't want is, as you all were saying, is some unsuspecting person maybe walking out, going to the store or to work, and then all of a sudden, you know, the person ends up breaking in, and you've got a hostage situation. They're police officers always considering all of that. Got some pedestrians there.
Ya anda ahí la policía.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like he's actually starting to be boxed in now. And we're watching, because we're able to see the real time here, Gina. You can get a better vantage point of exactly what's going on. That was Firebird above.
Yeah. He's in an area, and as we mentioned, he continued to circle throughout that apartment complex, and those do appear to be unmarked police vehicles trying to get
Iba a encontrar una calle cerrada.
Go in, either box them, do a pit maneuver, somehow to get him to stop.
But it looks like now he's pulled out of that apartment complex. Now he is in a neighborhood, but boy, he certainly gave those officers enough time by circling the same route over and over and over again to try to get in place. This guy is quick.
Gina mentioned this. This is a BMW, a high-performance vehicle, and he has taken it to its limits. We've seen him traveling upwards of 90 miles per hour, and when Bruce was following up earlier, asking Cameron, the pilot, to give him more power so that he could keep up with this vehicle.
And at that point, he said it seemed as though, from his vantage point, it seemed as though he was going upwards of 80 miles per hour. There we go. We see another police officer.
Nomás le quedan viendo directo, cabrón. Ahora. Ay, mira casi le pega la bomba de agua.
For a little more than an hour, and we've been on this for about 50 minutes or so. You're seeing a lot more black.
Ya le poncharon la llanta.
We're guessing that they had those stop sticks out there. Yeah, it appears.
He's bailing, guys. It looks like he's bailing.
He took off running. He's
We're on a delay, just so you know. We can see him in real time.
He is in a blue shirt and a hat, and he's running.
Córrele, porque
he's
te
running
alcanzan.
into what appears to be
Se ve morro, güey.
home where there's construction. Yeah, he is limping as
No
he
puede
runs.
ni correr.
He ditched his shoe.
Okay, he's running into a home. This again in looks like Sun City, the Sun City West area. And we're watching with bated breath here on a delay, and you can see the black and whites are circling and now moving in on him.
And hoping for the safety of those officers. I know they train very often, but when they have a suspect inside a house,
Imagínate que alguien viniera aquí enfrente de la casa.
Just worried that he might be armed.
Well, he looks as though he was hurt, and it did appear as though he was not alone in that car.
I didn't see that.
Okay,
But
I didn't know if you had seen that there were two. So one man, he is now in custody, we're being told. Thank goodness.
Wow. Okay, well, that is the best news possible, that he was taken into custody without anybody being hurt. Again, just to reiterate, we saw upwards of 2 cars being clipped. Thank you very much for joining us on this breaking news. We will now return to regular programming.